We woke up early to do this.
So today's episode is going to be talking about CrossFit myths. A lot of times people come to the gym and they have like this perception already of CrossFit's this or CrossFit's that. So we're going to talk about all the things that people may think that CrossFit is without even actually knowing it. So
actually, before you even look at any questions, did you have any like preconceived thoughts about
when I started?
Yeah, before, like when you heard those people talking about cleans and snatches and you're like, oh, I know some of those. Were you like, oh,
I thought it was badass.
Yeah,
I had nothing negative or nothing like, oh, CrossFit is probably this, or like I never had anything in my head. I was like, oh, let me try it out.
Right.
So I was probably one of the few people that actually didn't know what CrossFit was when I started it.
Well, we started so long ago that like it wasn't on every BuzzFeed video or like CrossFit works out with powerlifter or CrossFit makes you injured. Or
yeah, first day at a CrossFit gym.
I started, 2011, I think 2011, and it was the same for me. I watched it on TV. The only thing I knew about CrossFit was that everybody who did CrossFit talked about CrossFit because it was on my Facebook.
Yeah.
But that's all. I didn't know anything. I didn't have any other thoughts about it.
I didn't have Facebook when I started CrossFit, so back to the no friends.
You still barely use Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I only use it just to see the Facebook events. All right, so jumping right into it for the first one, I kind of put them in order based off of like how I felt is the biggest misconception, and then kind of work our way down. So the first one is you have to be fit to start CrossFit, and it could be because they possibly started with seeing the CrossFit games on ESPN.
I think that's the biggest one. People will watch CrossFit on TV and they think that CrossFit as a sport is what you're going to get at the gym. That's just like watching like Wimbledon and expecting recreational tennis to be the same. Like you're going to go there and just freaking get owned, and these guys are so amazing. When actually you go to the gym, it's a lot of soccer moms, it's a lot of dads, chilling.
Yeah.
It's not any...
Someone walks in, where's the 200-pound kettlebells for the farmer care?
Nobody jumps in the gym and is like, oh, yeah, just a bunch of fit people. I mean, there's specific gyms that you can go to that have a lot of competitors, but most of the gyms that you go to are going to be just your average Joe person. Like our gym, we've got a bunch of nerds and a bunch of geeks, and they're fit AF, but like they're not trying to compete, they're just trying to stay in shape, and they're super duper smart and kill the game at work.
And a lot of them, I mean, if they choose to be, they could have been athletes, because a lot of them are really fit now as it is, and they only work out 4 times a week.
Right.
But they just make smart choices outside the gym, and they eat healthy, and so that's the first one.
Geeks and nerds is positive. They're just much smarter than I am, and they're really, really awesome.
You kind of have to be to live in San Diego. You need to have some type of skill so you can make money. Okay, so second, is CrossFit safe, or does it always lead to like serious injury? Like if I do CrossFit, I'm gonna break a bone. Right.
Man, feels like an interview, but yeah. So the problem with CrossFit is that people's ego get in the way. I can't even tell you any athlete. A few freak accidents have happened. Someone will miss a clean reared and they'll hurt their wrist. But most of the time, it's like, ooh, my knees are kind of achy. And then I'll ask the person, like, how long have your knees been achy? And they're gonna be like, a month. Okay, why didn't you tell me when this first started? Okay, now that your knees are pretty achy, let's go and do some couch stretch. Let's go and roll out your quads. Let's do some, some strengthening on the quad and see what we can do. And you turn around and they're just doing the workout instead of all the things that you have told them to do. So then over time, that really small injury turns into a chronic issue. And honestly, that's most of the injuries I see. It's never, I deadlifted and my back fucking blew up.
Yeah, like you have to call the ambulance.
It's never. And I've been coaching for 7 years. I haven't seen that. What I see is like, ooh, my elbow kind of hurts. Does pull-ups and muscle-ups anyway. Ooh, my back is feeling weird today. Is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. Turns around, they're trying to max out their deadlift. It's like, look, put your ego away. When something hurts, tell your coach should modify. If you don't have coaches that are gonna do that, then you should find a new gym.
Or they jump into it back too soon. So like they say, like the first day they bring it up, they're like, yeah, my back hurts, and then you give them some accessories, and they do it, and the next day you don't see them again because they go to a different class or you're not there. And they're like, my back's feeling pretty good today because I stretched. Let me go do a workout.
Exactly. And people don't realize that when something feels better, you need like 2 more weeks for it to actually be in the like healing. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's healed.
Yeah, if you're down here, you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you're not
100.
Back to like a max deadlift.
Yeah.
But so let's actually this is CrossFit Myths about normal, but if you guys see competitors that have injuries, it's just like anything else. We toe the line of overdoing it with our training and under recovering sometimes. Like we've got to be on it. So injuries are bound to happen. They happen in every sport.
And
no matter how careful you are.
Even then, it's kind of like if, let's say you do have smart coaches or you do have like everything set in place to be healthy, every now and then, like you go walk outside and you trip on the curb and you twist your ankle.
Yeah, well Steffi, I don't know, you guys follow Steffi Cohen, she's a powerlifter, physical therapist, and she talks about just because you move well doesn't mean you won't get injured. Like things still happen. Yeah, it's just part of the game. You guys are moving your body. However, I will say, across all of the injuries that I have had, being a competitor, I am still I'm much stronger and more functional than I was when I didn't do CrossFit.
Oh yeah.
You know, like even when I hurt my back, like I power cleaned 300 pounds. I couldn't clean 300 pounds 7 years ago. So, you know, I'll take a little bit of a sore back and getting back to being recovered than being weak.
But with that being said, we're more on the competitive side, so we're not speaking from the general gym goer side. So
general fitness, guys, if you put your ego away, you're not gonna screw yourself up. You're gonna be bettering yourself, and your health and wellness will be awesome.
You wear sweats with holes in them, dude?
Sorry, dude. All these lunges. You have a lot of lunges.
So I have another thing that kind of ties into that, but I'm going to bring it up later because I feel like it has another type of topic that'll tie in with that. So the next one is CrossFit makes women bulky, and I mean you can also tie it in with like if a guy does CrossFit, he's going to look like Rich Froning.
Yeah, I love hearing this. If you guys are watching this and you can, I don't know, somebody DM'd me this the other day. They're like, it was a female, and they said like, I think it's crazy when girls think they'll get bulky doing CrossFit. I always tell them, if they Arnold overnight, like getting huge like Arnold Schwarzenegger overnight, please tell me how you did it, because it's not gonna happen. Like, so that's my new favorite phrase. Like, are you gonna Arnold overnight? No, it's not gonna happen. You have to, like the girls again. You're gonna be doing health and wellness side of CrossFit. You're not competing. The girls competing at the CrossFit Games are crushing themselves and intentionally trying to look and perform how they're doing. If you're going in the gym, you're doing one little strength piece, you know, you're doing 5 sets of 5 back squats, and you're doing a 20-minute metcon, like, you're not gonna get huge. I mean, it's not gonna happen. The only thing that can happen is if you're eating at like a caloric surplus and you're hitting those workouts, yeah, you're gonna gain muscle, but if you've just been really skinny and you've never had muscles, like, yeah, you're gonna put some muscle on, but you're not gonna be huge and bulky.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a good point. Like, also based on how your body composition is now, will determine like how you're gonna change. And also, yeah, if you're super skinny and you gain 5 pounds of muscle, it's gonna look like you bulked up crazy because you didn't have anything to work with to begin with. Whereas if you are kind of like the average woman that has like a little bit of fat to lose, maybe a little bit overweight, like if you're gonna look a lot leaner, and maybe also again get back to that competitive athlete type of look, but it's not like you're going to be walking around with like delts touching your shoulders or touching your ears.
Right, and honestly, with that being said, going back to like the health and wellness side of CrossFit, if there's something specifically that you are looking for, just tell your coach. I have plenty of ladies that have told me in the past, like, hey, we've done so much arms this week, like I feel like my arms are getting big. Yeah, I'm going to tailor the workout for your needs. You're here for you. You're paying to come to this gym. I'm going to give you something functional, so that you don't have to feel like you're doing too much arms. Yeah, I think this workout was well made and I think you should do it how it is. However, you're paying for this gym membership. I'm here to coach and make sure you're safe. So if you don't want to do this exercise, I will give you another equally as functional exercise that will make this workout fine. And you're not gonna feel, you know, self-conscious of doing too many arms or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, just you guys talk to your coaches more. Be more open with your coaches because they're there for you. They're in there. And if your coach is not good, then again, find another gym, because your coach should be doing everything they can to make you feel comfortable and to get you to hit your goals.
That ties back in with the injury one, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then one more thing I wanted to finish up with is that like let all your coaches should know what your goals are. Like Some people will come in and say, hey, yeah, I want to crush myself and get better in CPRs all the time. So you'll say, hey, I just want to be healthy and fit and maybe lose a little bit of fat. Like whatever it is, like your coach should know. So if you say, hey, like if your coach doesn't know that, tell them that. So that way, if you do ever go say, hey, yeah, I don't want to do as much of this because I feel like I'm doing it too much for me personally, then they'll be more understanding of it.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, this is like not slightly off topic, but like when you guys are finding a gym, if you stay there for a few weeks and none of the coaches try to get to know you or like ask about what you do outside of the gym or even like just have normal conversations, like you
become personable.
You should find another gym because your coaches aren't just there to, hey guys, here's the warm up. Hey, drive your knees out. Okay, here guys, here's the strength. Okay, but like they should be doing that, but that's not the main focus. Like the main focus is making sure that you outside of the gym, what are your goals there? What are your goals inside the gym? How do you feel today? What are some injuries you have? What did you do in college? Did you do any sports? Like those are the things that are very important for us to know so that we can help tailor everything to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next one, do you have to be competitive? Not in the sense of like you want to be like a competitive athlete, but like let's say you have to want to get the best score in the class.
So that ties right back to ego. If you're the type of person that has a really hard time not competing, like if you start a workout and you're like, I'm just gonna chill today because I don't feel very good, and then 3 rounds in, you have 2 rounds left and someone's a little bit ahead of you, and you push harder to try to beat them, but you already weren't feeling good, like, yeah, that's not gonna be super great for you. You just need to throw your ego out of the way. Who cares if that person beats you? You're just focused on you. I mean, I'll be honest, I have trouble with that too. Like if I work out with other people, I just want to win. Mm-hmm. And that's why I choose to train alone sometimes. Like I just want to do this workout and make sure that I'm doing it for me and not trying to compete with the people around me. But it's hard to throw the ego out, you know? You don't want to lose. So you don't have to be competitive. But if you have an ego, it's going to probably be hard for you not to. So check the ego at the door.
And I think not having to be competitive, but it's also good with the gym that there's like usually a leaderboard, whether it be they have it on like Wodify or Beyond the Whiteboard, whatever it is, or they have it like a legit whiteboard. Like you can see the times, you say, okay, I know I want to push myself to where I can get into the average. I'm not necessarily racing against somebody, but I can see that the average score of this workout is 15 minutes, so I want to try to get around that because then I know that I'm doing well and I'm not kind of falling off. Because like especially if you're someone that was kind of towards the top, and maybe you've been drinking a little too much, relaxing, not working out as hard, and then you kind of dip down, you can kind of keep track of yourself that way. So
again, talk to your coach, guys. If your coach probably knows what you should be working on and how you typically move, and if you have a workout that you don't know what time you should be getting, instead of looking at other people's time, just ask your coach like, hey, what should my goal on this workout be? Maybe the workout's 10 pull-ups, 20 burpees, 30 calories on the bike, and you usually are really bad at pull-ups, but you're good at pushing on the bike. So today the coach is going to tell you like, hey, don't worry about your time, but let's see if we can do these pull-ups in bigger sets. Or if you're bad at rowing, hey, let's see if we can hold this on the rower for the calories, you know? That way you have specific goals for you in your workout, and you don't worry about whatever everybody else is doing.
Yeah, the best way to get better, I remember when I first started CrossFit, I'm on the shorter side, 5'5", and like I hated rowing. I hated thrusters. I hated wall balls. I still hate rowing, but I hate it less. I actually really like thrusters. I don't really like them. I don't mind them. I don't mind thrusters. I like wall balls. Like when you attack your weaknesses, you're gonna get better at them. When you get better at them, you're gonna like them. Because naturally, if you're good at something, you're gonna enjoy it. So if you're good at power cleans, you show up to the workout and it's power cleans, yeah, you're gonna be excited. But if you look at the workout and it's rowing tomorrow, you're like, oh, maybe I'm gonna skip tomorrow. Yeah. Like that's part of getting the most bang for your buck and actually seeing a lot of progress is attacking weaknesses. And who knows, if you get better at rowing, it might help with your mechanics and your pulling for deadlifts or something. Like it might actually teach you correct movement patterns. Next, so this one kind of tied in with the safety and a lot of other things we already talked about. Are all CrossFit gyms the same? Even though they all have different names, I mean, Gold's Gym and 24 Hour Fitness, they're all the different names. They all have the same equipment. They all have the same, like a basketball court or whatever it is.
Right.
So what would you say about CrossFit gyms?
CrossFit gyms are so different. You guys already probably, if you guys aren't from our gym, which is CrossFit Humanity down in San Diego, I mean, you don't deal with us personally, but you can tell that we really care about our athletes, which most coaches probably do. But I mean, I've gone to some gyms that, again, it's just the coaches go, hey guys, here's the warm up, here's the strength, here's the stuff. Okay, bye. You know, have a good day. Thanks for your money. And that's, I would say, like, none of the gyms that you go to will be the same. They'll all have like a different flavor, but the coaching is going to be so much different. The programming will be a little bit different. Like, every CrossFit can feel like home if you're a CrossFitter, but it's like the coaching aspect is going to be different. It's so different. It's hard to explain, like, if you're not
same but different.
Same but it's different. It's still same.
Yeah, like there's the coaching, the programming, the atmosphere of the gym, like whether it be more competitive or more chillax, like like the first gym we went to was very mom and poppy,
or like welcoming too. That's some gyms you go to and people give you like the stink eye. No one says hello. I've been to gyms before where I walked in and no one said a thing. I didn't even know who to go to. They're like, hey, can I do a drop in? I literally like walked in, set my bag down. Nobody said anything, so I just jumped on they had a Concept 2 bike, so I just jumped on the bike and I pedaled for a while. And they're like, oh, are you dropping in? I'm like, yeah. You know, where there's other gyms that I've been to where you walk in and they're like, hey, how's it going? My name's Bob. Nice to meet you.
Holy crap, are you dropping in?
You're from San Diego. Holy crap, you know, that's awesome. You should try dinner here. You should go here. Let me get you signed up. And it's that's all I have to say about that.
At the end of the day, it's constantly varied, high intensity functional movements, but there's so many different aspects to it that make them all super unique. And then I mentioned earlier that it ties in with, like, you're gonna get bulky, based, like, it's part of the program that they make could alter that slightly. Is it safe, depending on the program that they make? Like, there's so many different factors. But most time, that's all dependent on you. CrossFit is just random workouts. So when you look at a workout, like, it's almost like the fun, exciting thing about CrossFit is, like, the workouts always seem new. So a lot of times people will think, like, oh, it's just like they threw a bunch of stuff together, made a hogposh of a workout. What do you say about that?
Man, so much more goes into programming, but again, it really depends on it. Let me just tell you guys this. All of these myths are true at some gyms and untrue at others. You have to find the gym that cares and actually wants you to get better and puts effort into all these things, because some programs are a hopper workout. Like, they just pick 3 movements. It's a 10-minute AMRAP, 10, 20, 30, good luck. But some, you have coaches sitting down for hours on end looking at, okay, we're gonna do GPP, that's gonna be the focus because everybody here is health and wellness, we're not trying to get competitive. Okay, we're gonna do focusing on leg strength, okay, perfect. Muscular endurance on the shoulders. We haven't done handstand push-ups in a long time. Okay, so that's gonna be like the focus of the next month or 2 months. It's gonna be 8 weeks. Okay, what type of workouts are we hitting? Well, if we're doing GPP, it's gonna be like short and heavy, short and light, heavy and light, heavy and long. Like, there's gonna be so many different factors. Just running in gymnastics, like running in a gymnastics piece. If you guys did the CrossFit L1, you know that they have, it's like body weight, gymnastics, and what's the other one? Body weight, gymnastics, and weightlifting. And you'll have all 3 of those movements on a day. Maybe 2 of them, maybe 1 of them, the other 2. You know, like, you're gonna flip-flop, and you're gonna pick the movements from CrossFit. Like, there's so much thought that goes into it. Depending on the gym you go to. I can't say that, I can't stress that enough, guys. I've been to really good gyms, I've been to really bad gyms, and the bad gyms give all the good gyms a really bad name. So find the gym that the people know what they're doing, they put effort. And if you guys go to a gym and the owner has no employees, ask the owner, like, hey, are you the one programming, or does he outsource the programming? If you go to a gym that has like a few part-time people, like, hey, who's programming here? Oh, okay, what's your background? Okay, well, you know, how's the injured? Like, do people here get injured? I don't know.
It doesn't hurt to find out as much as you can before you.
Yeah, find out as much as you can before you go to the gym and pay $150 a month.
Yeah, whether you go to gym now and you're not really that happy, whether you're moving to a different gym, whether you are going to your first CrossFit gym, like, you essentially get what you pay for. Obviously, we live in San Diego, so prices are gonna be higher regardless. Like a cheap gym here is gonna be a lot is not gonna, isn't gonna be more expensive than a cheap gym in like the Midwest, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna, like the price here in general will be higher, but like if you go to a gym that's the lowest prices, I'm not gonna name any names, but like we have a lot of members that will come here and say, yeah, like it was like a crap show. Like it was no organization, the coaching was weird, like it was all flip-floppy. Like I've heard a bunch of different things because we, like luckily at our gym, like we're pretty solid and we bring in a lot of members from other gyms that weren't happy there, and they tell us all these things about how like, yeah, like, you know, even from gyms that are more expensive. Yeah. Like if you do your research and find out, like go to Yelp, go in there and ask them questions and find out like, hey, yeah, what's your background? What's like, what are the coaches like? What's the class like? Can I try out a class maybe if they offer a free class? Find out all these different things and then try it out before you commit to something, and then see if it's actually worth the money or not. Because
never sign a membership until you've been at the gym for, I mean, I would say at least a week or 2 weeks. You have to make sure that you mesh well with the community as well. I'm not saying that our gym is the best. We have plenty of people that come to our gym and they don't like our vibe. They don't like the community, and so they find a gym that works for them. And it's no hard feelings. Like find what you like, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there. Well, at least an hour a day, which is a lot of time. And make sure the gym is right for you. Don't just sign up because it's a CrossFit gym and it's close to your house. Like drive a little bit if it's going to be worth it, because injuries and programming and community are really important.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know if it's necessarily a myth, but it's something I definitely wanted to address. I feel like a lot of people don't understand like how it goes. A lot of people, when it comes to a 24-hour fitness, they just show up and sign up for membership and they're good to go and they can start that day. So it's like a lot of people come into our gym and like it's funny. Whenever someone walks in the gym that I don't know, I what's the word I'm looking for? Immediately introduce myself and be like, hey, my name's Hudson, how's it going? But like sometimes they like just like walk, like make a beeline to the desk. What are your prices? Yeah. And I'm like, well, do you have CrossFit Experience? So what's your answer to the question of, can I get started tomorrow? Can I just sign up and go?
So signing up and go, it depends if you guys don't know how CrossFit works. Typically you'll have like a fundamentals on-ramp program. Like everybody calls it something different, but it's to try to get you up to speed to what we're doing. And again, I say try to, because some gyms have like a certain amount of classes. You do 5 on-ramp classes and then you can jump into the class. Whereas some gyms, they'll have you do 5 classes, and then if they think you're ready, then they'll put you in the class. If you're not ready, hey, we need to do a few more classes to make sure that you're comfortable with all the movements. So if you've never done a CrossFit before, you are definitely gonna be doing on-ramp fundamentals. You cannot sign up for the classes. Again, put your ego aside. You have things to learn. We need to make sure that you move well and you kind of understand how things run. And if you've done CrossFit, every time I've had anybody who's done CrossFit, I'll always have them try a class, and I'll ask the coach on duty, like, hey, make sure this person moves well and knows the movements. If not, then we have to talk with them and be like, look, I know you have CrossFit Experience, but we need to make sure that you're moving better. Let's get you through fundamentals. And more times than not, if you explain to them why, they have no problem jumping in fundamentals and going over it with, instead of calling it fundamentals, just think of it as 5 personal training sessions, just to get better at stuff that you need to work on.
Which are usually at a discounted rate, so usually like, it's not like you're paying out the wazoo for the first month, depending on obviously your pricing, but it's like definitely they usually hook it up, where it's like that first initial payment will be worth it a while.
Yeah, some gyms, they're not like, hey, your membership's $200 and fundamentals $300 because that's how much personal training would be. It's like, hey, your first month is gonna be this price, and then it'll go a little bit cheaper for just like your normal month to month. So.
I had something else I wanted to say on top of that. Also, like, yeah, whether you have CrossFit Experience, it's funny how it's funny how so many people come in and they're like, oh, I've been lifting since I was in high school, or yeah, I've been doing CrossFit for years, or I've been back squatting and deadlifting for like, it's funny how people like literally will say like, I've been deadlifting for 7 years and I watch them deadlift and it looks atrocious. Yeah. It's like, no ego, like let us do our job. So what we get paid to do is like help you move better and make you feel good. So, help us help you.
Yeah, well, one thing that I think is funny is if you guys went to like, well, I've never been in these situations, but I'm just gonna take a guess. Like if you don't know how to drive a car and you go to take driving lessons, you're probably not going to be like, no, that's not how you do it. Hey, 10 and 2, make sure you're doing this when you turn. You're not going to look at the instructor and be like, no, or just like ignore what they're saying. If you go learn how to, swing a golf club and play golf, I would hope that you're paying them so that you can listen to what they have to tell you, and so you can be better at it. However, I see a lot of people that come to CrossFit and they kind of blow off what we have to say sometimes. You'll say like, hey, we want you to try to get in this position. This is how we're gonna get there. And they'll turn around and be like, I've done this before. Like, I've got this, pretty much. And on top, like, when that happens, I usually don't say anything. I do say something, but in my head immediately it's like, why are you paying me if you know how to do this, just go to 24 Hour Fitness and pay $10 a month instead of paying $190 a month? Like, what am I here for? I've never ever approached an athlete that doesn't need help and just like tried to help them. It's like, no, that's not my job. If you are not moving safely, if you can be better at something, that's when I'm gonna come approach you. Like, it's not anything negative. You are literally paying me to do this. Do not get upset, Oh, I stopped your workout. Well, you're welcome that you didn't herniate a disc today. Like, let's focus on keeping your back straight and working on this. Oh, my shoulders are really hurting. Well, I tried talking to you while you were doing this and you blew me off, This doesn't happen so much now, but when I first started coaching, I had people like yell at me in the middle of, they were doing a workout and they were just moving horribly, like touch and go snatches, but like back goes around, everything was bad. I said, hey, hold on. Like, let's work on this. And they're like, don't talk to me during my workout. And they got pissed. And I mean, at that point, I talked to the owner, and the owner had a talk with them and was like, hey, you can't do that. Like, the coaches are here to help you, and if you're not moving well, they're going to stop you. This is part of the job, this is what you have to do. So just think about that, guys. If you ever go to a CrossFit gym and the coach is trying to help you, listen, take the feedback, and get better.
Yeah, it's kind of a good example. I was thinking of kind of going back to the car thing is like, everyone knows how to drive a car. You can drive a car for 30 years, doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle. Like, we went to go to take our motorcycle training, like, it was a whole new ballpark.
Yeah.
Like we are specialized driving a car, motorcycle, maybe like a semi-truck driver because we know how to do powerlifting, whatever analogy you want to refer that to. But it's like we have all these different skills where we're really good at these different things. So it's like, yeah, we're not just talking out of our ass. Like, we're stopping you to help you, make you feel better, make it move better, so you can go faster again next time.
Yeah.
So if that's your goal, is to just want to go fast.
How about this? You can drive. You've been driving, a Toyota Corolla this whole time, and then you pay to go to drive like a sports car and like someone to coach you. You don't just go like, oh yeah, I can drive. I've been driving for forever. Yeah, you don't know how to drive around this racetrack. Like, let's teach you how to move really, really well and do things.
Yep.
So.
Next, we kind of talked about this, but we can make this one really short. CrossFit is expensive. But more so talking about like, why is that price? What are they getting for that price? Yeah, it's like for the price of CrossFit, whether you're paying $100 a month or $200 a month, you're getting a coach who's going to help you move better. And they take you through the whole workout and answer all your questions.
I'm going to interrupt you because, again, this is true at some gyms, and some gyms it's not. At some gyms you're paying. You're paying for someone to take you through a workout, not teaching you anything, and it's just there to get their $20 for coaching the class.
Yeah, so if you get a $100 hoopty of a car, it's gonna break on you any day now. But if you go spend $200 on a nice, 2017 car, everything's gonna be more, hopefully better. But like, going back to what I said earlier, also, like, you can be paying more. There's some gyms that cost more than what we offer, but a lot of people say they're not getting as much as that we offer at our gym. But again, for example, you get coaches, you get programming, you get a facility that has a lot of equipment that you won't find at a normal gym. You won't find it at 24 Hour Fitness. Some you might, but like a lot of the other, especially equipments like air bikes, GHDs, ropes. A lot of gyms don't have ropes, things like that. So find out a gym that's like worth the price for you. Don't just go straight to the cheapest one.
We'll tell you guys what we offer at our gym. We have open gym. Literally, you can do open gym all day long. We have an outside area, even if the classes are packed, which a lot of gyms don't offer open gym. You'll look online and they're like, nope, you can do the class workout or you can GTFO. So we offer open gym the entire day. We have CrossFit classes, we have barbell classes, we have gymnastics, we have yoga, we have like a ladies only class on Sunday mornings. We're open 7 days a week, which a lot of gyms aren't.
So essentially, you get what you pay for when it comes to most gyms. Do your research, find out what they have. Last one, CrossFit is a cult. When you do CrossFit, all you want to do is talk about CrossFit. You wear all CrossFit clothes whenever you go out, go shopping.
That myth is true. Join us.
Yeah, all hail Dave Castro.
Yeah. No, honestly, like I think the biggest reason why people love CrossFit is like the community aspect, and you start dressing like everybody it's just like anything. You surround yourself with all these people that do like things, and you enjoy their company. It's like you just start doing the same things they do, and you start hanging out with them, because if you're people that you hung out with before CrossFit were drinking and going out, yeah, you might still do that every so often, but if you're trying to lean towards like health and wellness, you're probably going to try to hang out with people who are doing things that coincide with like your goals.
And not go out every night for happy hour.
Yeah, so I think that's why it looks like a cult, because people come in and then their friends are like, well, you joined CrossFit, now you don't hang out, or now you just wear your nanos out everywhere. It's like,
yeah, because you're a loser, dude. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, no, it's like you're changing your whole lifestyle, and I mean that's the goal. So it's not a negative thing. If you go to CrossFit and you start enjoying CrossFit and you start hanging out with the people there,
it changes a lot about your life.
Yeah, you're obviously going to be changing a lot of things, unless you're currently in health and wellness industry, and you probably already dress like that anyway.
Yeah. One thing when you brought that up, I didn't really think about it. It's like imagine like you don't really have any hobbies, you take up golf. Just because you take up golf doesn't mean like you're not going to go out and stop going out having drinks with your friends. Like you could still do a lot of different things, because like maybe you golf once a week or something like that. To where like you do CrossFit, it's like a lot of people come to CrossFit 5 days a week. A lot of people spend time before and after the class hanging out, doing extra credit, talking to the members and stuff. So yeah, that's so true. It's such a huge life change, because it's like when you find something, and a lot of people love CrossFit. It's not like it's like you kind of, there's a few people that kind of like use this as a way to get fitter, but a lot of people like to do it because they love it, and it's really fun and exciting, and it's challenging. So
I mean, it's just like if you get into yoga, you probably start wearing yoga pants, you probably go do yoga in the park, probably hang out with your yoga friends.
Have dreads.
No, dreads. But I mean, any sport. You do any sport, you're gonna start. You play you can typically people playing baseball wear baseball caps. Like you just dress a certain way. Mm-hmm. And again, most people, some people are outside the norm. Most CrossFitters are wearing some sort of CrossFit shoe, workout shorts, t-shirt. Ladies are wearing short shorts or like yoga pants, sports bra, tank top. Like it's just, you become what you do every day. So
yeah,
it's cool to enjoy this. It's not
so those are the 9 things that I had. Is there anything that you can think about at the top of your head that, is that 9? Yeah, it's 9. Is there anything else at the top of your head that I might have missed?
I think we freaking covered it. We did talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that was good. I like that one a lot. All right, if you guys have any questions, comments, experience with a CrossFit gym, whether you've done one class, whether you've been doing it for a few years, let us know your feedback. Maybe you have some things that we didn't talk about that we should have, that we maybe skipped over. Leave it down below and we'll get back to you guys. Thank you for watching episode 4 of the podcast. So we've been trying to stay consistent with Sunday and Tuesday. This is the second week we've done that. Sunday and Wednesday.
Tuesday.
We record on Tuesday, but we're trying to stay consistent on Sunday, Wednesday post. Yeah, but on Tuesday,
we're going to be having our buddy Jordan from Fit8. He's Fit8 SoCal rep on the show. We're going to be talking about recovery, why Fit8 is our favorite drink. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And also, if you guys are ever in the San Diego area, hit us up, come try out our gym, come work out with us. It's pretty much all we do, so.
Yeah, if we're not at home, we're at the gym, so. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. See you guys next time.